Every day, there's a battle for your mind raging. Information coming from every angle with the will to deceive. Fear not. You found the place for truth. The voice of a generation that still has the will to believe in the greatest country in the history of the world. This is the Charlie Kirk Show. Buckle up. Here we go.
Everybody, welcome to the Charlie Kirk Show. Radio stations across the country, Real America's Voice, streaming, all the things. Blake, it's a good day. It's a good day. December 10th, here we are in studio. Lots going on. And by the way, some really, really great news.
Yes.
Huge news for Erica and the team, and really for Charlie. We have just got, the Wall Street Journal published it this morning. Charlie Kirk's newest book is a hit, and it is out of stock on Amazon. Here you go. Yep, that's the graphic from the Wall Street Journal, the story, and here, of course, is the book. Stop in the Name of God. Why Honoring the Sabbath Will Transform Your Life. Erica has been doing an amazing job. She, of course, was on this show yesterday, promoting it in Charlie's stead, and just couldn't be more proud of her and everything she's doing. I mean, she's going on the 5. I think she's doing Outnumbered this morning. Hannity radio calls. She's doing the whole circuit. Obviously, this is her first time doing this. Like, people don't realize this about Erica. It's not like she's been trained like Charlie over 12 years of doing repeat reps.
No, exactly.
She's doing tremendous.
Yes, absolutely immense.
Yeah,
beginning to end, top to bottom.
Yeah, so
we're all impressed.
They've sold like 60,000 copies in the first day of this book.
Oh, that's really good.
Tremendous.
Yeah.
And
people don't realize books don't always sell that much these days.
No. 45books.com if you want to get your
60,000. That's amazing.
Yeah, if you want to get your copy. It's just, and I said this in a tweet yesterday that I pitched Charlie on doing all kinds of different politics books. Like, we were talking about what is his next book going to be, and he was just adamant. He's like, no, it's going to be about the Sabbath. I've been wanting to write this book for a long time. I really want to write it. I was like, okay, but like, Sabbath, And it's just apropos. It's almost like he saved his most important book for last in a lot of ways.
And his most timeless one. Because all the other ones, they're a moment in time. College will hopefully be either destroyed or reformed. You don't need to call it a scam anymore. Right-wing revolution, that was all about what the next GOP admin should do. But this is one you could have 30 years from now, 50 years from now, 200 years from now.
Yeah, 1,000%. I want to play a couple clips from Erica being on the 5 yesterday just because it was so... I don't remember the last time I saw kind of like a guest host on the 5, especially promoting a book. So thank you to the 5 and Jesse and Greg and Dana and even Jessica Tarlov. She was very sweet. 219.
Jesse and Greg are in a Bible study group together.
Are they really?
Because of Charlie Kirk.
Okay, that is really cool.
So every morning,
that is really cool.
Every morning we wake up and we read a passage and then we text about it.
Okay.
And it is because of Charlie.
I love that.
Wait a minute.
So what he was saying is Harold, Jesse, and Greg. So Harold's the liberal, and Jesse and Greg are not. And they're all in a Bible study because of Charlie. So we found that out yesterday, which was amazing. Here's Erica Kirk telling the 5 about how President Trump has been there for her in this time. 220.
When Donald Trump secured peace in the Middle East, the next day he flew back to D.C. to deliver my husband's Medal of Freedom to me. He didn't have to do that. So a lot of people, I understand there's a lot of policy and everything involved, but also I am very proud to have Donald Trump as our president. I really am. He's a good man.
He's a good man. And, 233, put that picture back up. Stop in the Name of God, tops #1 on Amazon bestseller list. Book it's sold out on Amazon. They're getting
have to print more.
Yeah,
and I've been checking. It looks like we only have physical copies of this. It looks like that's what 45 books their approach is.
And I'm really happy to have my copy, and I'm like literally reading a couple chapters every night. And I'm telling you, this book is phenomenal. I know it's like people would expect me to say it. I would probably remain silent if I didn't have anything nice to say about it. Actually, I would just sort of say, check it out, support Charlie, support Erica. Like, it's really freaking good, man. when God instituted the Sabbath, he wove rest into the fabric of creation. And on the seventh day, God finished his work that he had done, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work that he had done. Genesis 2:2. God did not rest because he was tired. He rested because he was satisfied, and he invites us to do the same. There's like all these little like tidbits these breakthrough ideas in this book, and it's just phenomenal. So congratulations to Eric and the team at Winning Team Publishing, 45books.com. If you want to get your copy, Erica's actually, it was funny because this morning I've been texting with a bunch of people with, Erica's going to do Glenn Beck's show tomorrow morning. And then, so we got into a conversation with Glenn's team. And then, so Glenn's actually going to join us at the top of the show tomorrow.
Oh, awesome.
Which will be great. And we can talk about that, many other things. But there's another big news story that was near and dear to Charlie's heart.
Oh, this is lovely.
And it's near and dear to Blake's heart. So we're going to hit it at hour one. We're also going to bring Harmeet Dhillon from the DOJ Civil Rights Department on at the second half of this hour to talk about it. But that is, of course, the rolling back of disparate impact standards within the DOJ and within the federal government. Blake, what is disparate impact if you had to boil it down?
Alrighty. So disparate impact is, more people are thankfully becoming aware of it, but it's been around for half a century at this point. And disparate impact is sort of it's the spearhead for a lot of what we'd call the DEI regime, the agenda, the
diabolical
DEI dictatorship of America, which is where instead of things coming down to merit, coming down to measurable ability, where we reduce things to quotas, to favoritism, to discrimination based on race or sex or national origin or who knows what. And I think this is actually a good opportunity to bring in Charlie, because he was talking about this in April when there was a Trump executive order concerning this, and we're going to get to the follow-up in a second. But this was Charlie summing it up. Let's play 236.
In 1971, there was a Supreme Court case, Griggs v. Duke Power Company. Duke Power was sued because for people to get certain jobs at the company, they required them to either have a high school diploma or pass an aptitude test. Black applicants were less likely to have a diploma, and they didn't do as well on the aptitude test. The Supreme Court ruled that Duke's job requirements were, quote, were not justified by business necessity. And so they were illegally discriminatory, and thus the doctrine of disparate impact was born.
So what he's saying there is the idea was this was a neutral test. It was just having a high school diploma or taking this aptitude test. No one could really, there was no one actually coming in and saying, oh, don't hire black people. But they were just less likely to do as well on this test. And the court said, well, we don't think this test is close enough to what you need employees to do at this company. And because it doesn't have an equal outcome between these two groups, it's discriminatory. So it's what took our law from what most people think of when they think of discrimination, where you're deliberately discriminating against people. And they're saying anything you do, if it has an unequal outcome, can be labeled illegal, can be labeled illegal discrimination, can get you sued. And what that's turned into is you essentially anything can be illegal, because newsflash, Andrew, everything has unequal outcomes. Everything in the world. No one actually, I think we have this as well. Let's do 237 before the break.
Literally every standard imaginable has some sort of disparate impact against a group. Nobody on this planet has ever designed a test or a standard that men, women, blacks, whites, Asians, Hispanics, Catholic, Jews, gays, straights do so equally well. The very idea is an absurd fantasy. You're going to have different outcomes. But what disparate impact does is it says the test itself is wrong. It is a loophole that you could drive a semi-truck through. It's a little sliver. You say, oh, disparate impact. Oh, what's the big deal here? No. This has been exploited by DEI actors for the last 30 years.
30 years? The last 50 years, really.
Yeah. Well, and again, one of the things I want to get into the next segment is aptitude tests. Mm-hmm. We used to require these to get a job in the federal government, for example. And one of the best examples of this was the NYPD. I brought it up before, class of chiefs, the 1939. Now, this had controversy because they claimed it was anti-Semitic or anti-Jewish. But here's what's interesting. They had so many applicants, they just selected candidates from the top scores on the civil service exam. Far more officers made it to retirement or achieved high rank performance than any other year. We'll be right back.